From the heart of Florida's great Northwest, it's radio. Indeed it is. This is Pat Crawford, hoping you'll stay with us for the next 90 minutes of music and conversation here aboard our stage studio located in the historic village of Pensacola in the beautiful Museum of Commerce. So glad to have you with us tonight. So glad to have this wonderful audience with me here in the museum this evening. Give yourselves a big hand. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We love our audiences, and we love our artists, and we've got three great ones for you tonight. We've got two that have been on Radio Live before, and we have a newbie, hasn't been here. And I told him before the show, I said, you know what, when you're on for the first time, we always make you start first because you really don't have a clue as to how the flow goes on the show, and you'll find out. So that's the way it works. After moving to Nashville in 2013, Chris Moyse caught the songwriting bug and released his debut album, Bad Parts, in 2016. A year later, he submitted 2 of the songs to the highly competitive Kerrville New Folk Songwriting Competition. That's a tough one, folks. Not only was he selected as a finalist from a pool of over 600 applicants, he also went on to become a 2017 Kerrville New Folk winner. Big time, yeah. Since then, he's performed in venues including the Fisher Dance Hall, Rockwood Music Hall, City Winery, Nashville, and the legendary Old Quarter in Galveston. He continues to be selected to perform at music festivals around the country and has shared the stage with artists like Joe Ely, Mary Gauthier, and members of the Old Crow Medicine Show. In spite of his success as a touring artist, he has held on to his day job in Nashville, saying that he might leave it someday if he can afford to do so, but for now he can't complain. A paycheck is a nice thing, takes the pressure off. And he says, and besides, I'm less of a hazard when I'm busy. His most recent recording is Bitter Ballads and Cynical Prayers. He's got it here with him tonight. How about a big Radio Live welcome for Chris Moyse.
I'm sickened by age, the confusion of my ways, and I hold you with a stranger's hands most days. I used to think I was bound for glory, but it's been a different story. Can't even find the mind to turn the page. So wait a while and I'll come around, like some forgotten friend, hard up and too far down. Wearing out this tired engine, a used car with bad parts that weren't mentioned. You drove off the lot before you found out. Well, I can't stay inside, I'm going out tonight to let those Broadway lights burn stars in my eyes. 'Cause these bad parts are wearing thin, feels like the walls are closing in. I don't know where to begin, but I can't stay inside. I'm going out tonight. I walk up the downtown streets, shifty eyes and shuffling feet, ducking round the neon lights unseen, to find some hollow hole to dwell, dig myself halfway to hell, climb out tomorrow and start clean. 'Cause I can't stay inside, I'm going out tonight to let those Broadway lights burn stars in my eyes. 'Cause these bad parts are wearing thin, feels like the walls are closing in. I don't know where to begin, but I can't stay inside. I'm going out tonight. And this doubt's the cloud on nights when you can't stand another fight. And I can't be the man to make it right, so just let me go. So you can turn off all the lights, might not make it back tonight. Gonna polish off these parts until they shine. 'Cause all the sorrow I've known got its hands around my throat, and it won't let go, so I can't stay inside. I'm going out tonight. Thank you. That's the smoothest harmonica removal I've done since having this length hair. The things we have to think about. Thank y'all so much for being here. This is beautiful. It's first museum I've played, first inside venue that looks like an outside venue I've played, first time in Pensacola. I asked beforehand if this was an audience that could handle suggestive themes, and they told me that you guys would be all right. So, this is a song about messed up families. Anybody got a weird, dysfunctional family out there? If you're not putting your hand up, you may be the cause of your family's dysfunction. So, heads up. Thank y'all so much for being here. This is called "Live Till We Die." It goes like this. You could sing along if you figure out the chorus by the end. I kissed a drunk girl at my high school reunion, the one with the pretty smile. We used to joke about screwing. Turns out nobody talked to her. She moved out of state, divorced with 3 kids, like we all are these days. I was home for the holidays with Mama pulling out her hair, and Dad says he's gonna leave, but every year he's still there. Cousin Stu drinks by the phone, Uncle Jimmy ain't been found. Seems we're all on a train, we don't know where it's bound, but I'm thankful for this life. Glory, hallelujah. May we live till we die. Y'all got that part? It's coming back around. Pastor Bob got arrested. The Browns moved to Bixby. And I started seeing this woman. She swears she can fix me, but she's a Jackson State fan, and I like TSU. Mama seems to like her, so I probably should too. I gave up the bottle and flushed my last pack, but I still get those headaches. I got that thing with my back, and I never noticed the years before. They go faster now, what I wouldn't give sometimes to make them slow down. And I'm thankful for this life. Glory, hallelujah. May we live till we die. I'm writing this letter from a diner in Houston with my last pile of cash, but I haven't been using. And tell Tommy he can have my Gibson, buy some things for the house. Take good care and I love you. I gotta be going now, but I'm thankful, don't be shy, for this life, unless you're not. Glory, hallelujah. May we live till we die. But I'm thankful for this life. Glory, hallelujah. May we live till we die. Y'all are the best. Thank you. There's a lot of breakup songs out there. There's not a lot of post-breakup songs, which is to say there's not a lot of songs that are about after you get your heart just like crapped on and ruined, and then you meet somebody new and you're like, yeah, I'm going to try that all over again. That sounds like a good idea. It's called Dance Around a Fire. I don't know your sister's names yet, what your hometown looks like. I don't know the past that haunts you, what keeps you up at night. Like a new pair of jeans, it fits but still feels strange. We ain't been broken in, and it's bound to change. We're dancing round the fire that we started, dancing round the fire. You don't know about my temper, if I take it too far. You ever wonder why she left when you're lying in my arms? Yeah, I've snuffed out a few sparks, been dragged across the coals, saw good love turn to ash, there was nothing left to hold. Now we're dancing round the fire that we started, dancing round the fire. Ooh, and we might get burned, we won't know till it's too late. Ooh, and we're looking for a harbor, but nothing's safe in this place. There'll be days we want to go back to old flames, but we won't. It's just the devil that you know is better than the one you don't. Don't get me wrong, honey, I'm where I want to be. It could all go up in smoke, but I'll wait around and see. While we're dancing round the fire that we started, dancing round the fire. We're dancing round the fire that we started. Oh, we're dancing round the fire. Thank you. Y'all are making me want to quit woodworking and come back to songwriting. I had it all figured out, and you're complicating the situation. I'd like to play y'all a happy song now, but I don't have any, so I'm going to give you this song instead. It's called Time's Gonna Tell. Thank y'all for listening. There's going to be some more artists up, and then I'll be back soon. Cheers. Load the car up again, and I'm gone for good. You said it'd be different this time. I thought that it would. Say a prayer for the next fool who tries to stand where I stood. But I could care less, so maybe I should. And the sun drowns on the skyline, and there's long nights to come. And only time's gonna tell. Only time's gonna tell if the lesson we learned's worth the damage we've done to ourselves. Only time's gonna tell. Summer's limping out of blown out souls. All the sun-kissed beauties, they got nowhere to go. And they're spilling out on the main street like some beautiful mess. And they're low-hanging fruit, but I'm no better, I guess. Sometimes you do damn near anything to not have to feel. And only time's gonna tell. Only time's gonna tell if the lesson we learned's worth the damage we've done to ourselves. Only time's gonna tell. I'm a mess of a man left alone to my thoughts about better times lost, and the bottle and this sad bastard waltz are all I got on my side. 'Cause you're not with me tonight. So I'll unpack the car in the morning, 'cause I can't see too well. And only time's gonna tell. Only time's gonna tell if the lesson we learned is worth the damage we've done to ourselves. Only time's gonna tell. Hey, thank y'all. I'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, Chris. Chris Moyse, and as he just said, he will be back in the second half of the program. The program, of course, is Radio Live. Support for Radio Live comes from Autumn Beck Blackledge, attorneys at Divorce and Family Law, offering resolutions to complex family issues. Accommodations for our Radio Live artists are provided by the Hilton Pensacola Beach and PensacolaBeach.com. All right. It is so nice to have Heather Pierson back with us again tonight. She was with us on, I think, was probably the last show we did before the COVID shutdown. And I had already booked her to come back in advance, but that didn't happen. She is, of course, a fantastic pianist, singer, songwriter, song leader, and performer who in the last 20 years has released 14 albums and several singles on her own Vessel recording label. She embraces all musical styles, including Americana, blues, New Orleans jazz, vocal chants, and folk. As the daughter of an accomplished musician growing up in a rich musical environment, much of her music reflects her own life experiences and her love of sharing that music. During the COVID years, she and her partner and bassist, Sean Nadeau, live-streamed their music on a weekly basis, and she also led online community sings with Heart and Circle Songs co-creator Bernice Martin. Join me in welcoming back to Radio Live, Heather Pierson and Sean Nadeau.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you, all of you. Oh, it's so nice to be in 3D, isn't it? This is great. This is great. And the only thing wrong with this piano is it doesn't say property of Heather Pierson. So we'll figure out how to get it into the car at the end of the night, don't worry. So I'm going to start off with a song that I wrote to give myself some advice. So I offer it to you. 1, 2, 1. Why don't you sit right down and take a load off your mind? It's such a beautiful night, so leave your troubles behind. 'Cause they'll be waiting for you. So here's what you do. Just take a deep breath and smile. You've been working so hard, and now it's time to unwind. And did you think I'd forget that it's my job to remind you to take some time out for you and take a deep breath and smile? I know that times get hard and all you wanna do is cry. Don't let this mean old world break your heart. Don't just lie down and die. You've got some living to do, and I'll be here by your side. Through all the good and the bad, I'll be along for the ride. But remember what I told you. Take a deep breath and smile. Get hard and all you wanna do is cry. Don't let this mean old world break your heart. Don't just lie down and die. You've got some living to do, and I'll be here by your side. Through all the good and the bad, I'll be along for the ride. But remember what I told you. Take a deep breath and smile. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Sean and I are down here visiting from the White Mountains of New Hampshire. We live in the Mount Washington Valley. This is the first show on our tour this month. And yeah, we live in the town of Conway, New Hampshire. Does anybody know where that is? Yeah, right on the Maine, New Hampshire border, right in the valley of Mount Washington. It's a really beautiful place to call home. And this is a song that I wrote in the summer of 2020. It was that very strange summer, you know, where we didn't go anywhere for months, you know, except maybe the grocery store and the post office. But other than that, we were just home, and we decided to go camping up in the town of Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. And if you don't know where Pittsburgh is, you basically just keep going north on Route 3 until you get to Canada, and then you just back up a little bit. And then you're in Pittsburgh. And I don't go anywhere without an instrument, so I went up there with my old guitar and came home with this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up here in the mountains, I can hear things like the whole of my life ringing in my ears. Up here in the mountains, I can see things like the movement of glaciers over thousands of years. But down in the valley, and all the hustle and bustle and fray, I spend my nights dreaming about how I can get away. Even for just one day, I wanna slow my life down. And I wanna know that I'm really living. I wanna feel more deeply and more completely, and find the gift in me that's waiting to be given away. Up here in the mountains, I can hold things like a handful of water drawn from deep in the earth. Up here in the mountains, I can remember things like the goodness I've carried from the day of my birth. But down in the valley, and all the noise and neon lights, I spend my days hoping that my dreams will take flight. Maybe they will tonight. I wanna slow my life down, and I wanna know that I'm really living. I wanna feel more deeply and more completely, and find the gift in me that's waiting to be given away. I wanna slow my life down, and I wanna know that I'm really living. I wanna feel more deeply and more completely, and find the gift in me that's waiting to be given away. I wanna find the gift in me that's waiting to be given with my whole heart away. Thank you so much. I'm assuming most, if not all, of the people here have been to New Orleans, but just a show of hands, how many of you have been to New Orleans? Yeah, you're so close, you know. If you didn't raise your hand, I always tell people, if you've never been to New Orleans and you love music or food or art, you have to go at least once in your life. And we spend as much time in New Orleans as our life will allow, and it's had a tremendous effect on my songwriting and on everything about me. So we're gonna maybe show off a little bit of that. I very often say this is just a blues, just a 1-4-5 blues, but this is a blues that I wrote to pay homage to two of my favorites, Dr. John Yeah. And Dave Brubeck. But don't clap yet, though, because all that really means is I wrote a blues that you can't dance to. That's all that means. All right, let's give it a whirl. The gumbo's too hot and you cooked it too long. The gumbo's too hot and you cooked it too long. You think you've gone and done it, but you done it all wrong. Too hot and you cooked it too long. The gumbo's too hot and you cooked it too long. You think you've gone and done it, but you done it all wrong. Yeah, the gumbo's too hot, but your biscuits are fine. The gumbo's too hot, but your biscuits are fine. No good in the kitchen, but I'm glad that you're mine. Yeah, we'll be back in a little while. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Sean. Heather Pierson. Woo. They are also going to be back with us in the second half of the program. Wow. And the program is Radio Live. We do this the first Thursday of every month down here in the Museum of Commerce in the historic Pensacola Village, and we hope that you can join us, if not in person, online. We stream it. It's also available, it's also streaming on Facebook Live. You can listen to it with your radio, your smart speaker, however you choose to listen to the thing we used to call radio. And if you like what you hear and you want to see it sometime, you can revisit it later on our YouTube channel. So all kinds of ways to enjoy Radio Live. All right, these folks are not strangers to Radio Live, that's for sure. And it's always a pleasure to have our friend Smithfield Fair visit us. But tonight is especially special as we celebrate 50 years of performing. And it all started right here in Pensacola. Beginning their musical journey performing under the name Laughter in 1973, they were part of a thriving local singer-songwriter scene right here in Pensacola. After they relocated in 1976 to Alexandria, Louisiana, the hometown of founding member Dudley Bryan Smith, they ultimately changed their name to Smithfield Fair in 1989. The current and longest-running lineup is founder Dudley Bryan Smith on guitar, Bob Smith on bass, and Jan Smith on accordion, and of course, their vocals all harmoniously blend beautifully. They released their 34th album of original songs, Looking for Wonderland, in 2021, and will release a 50th anniversary collection, A Place in Your Heart, later this year. Please join me in welcoming Smithfield Fair.
Thank you. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. We're going to start the program tonight with a song that we actually wrote specifically for WWF. It's called Radio. When we were small, radio was king, a door to the world, admission free, with glimpses of places that we longed to go. It offered dreams to hold, and as we grew, radio was there. It changed us all and gave us songs to share. We could ride the evening airwaves till the morning's glow. Anywhere we'd go on the radio, on the radio, on the road or at home. We are never alone when you want to know how goes the world. Let the dial roll to the radio. Every day we wake, something else has changed. Something has been lost, something has been gained. It is now a global family we're connected to, and orchestrate us through is the radio, a magic carpet ride, a voice of hope on illuminated dial, like a beacon in the night, a universal key, and it still is free and still is king. Radio is still is king. On the road or at home, we are never alone when you want to know how goes the world. Let the dial roll on the radio, 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 on the radio. Thank you. Thank you very much. We just love this place. Our next song is, this is its debut, actually, the first time we've performed this one, and it is on our 50th anniversary. Oh, no, it's not on our 50th anniversary.
It would be on our 50th anniversary if you would let it.
Well, that's
But
true.
we won't go there. It's too
We
bitter.
won't go there, no. Anyway, it's on our previous, the 2021 album, Looking for Wonderland. This
Our
is
current
called-
album.
Our current
That's
album.
a good way to say it.
Why don't, would you like to introduce this?
No, Ladies'
You're doing a
choice.
good job, Jan.
Oh, yeah, I really feel like I am. Trouble Flight. There you are in your fantasy running wild on the ocean in your mind. It's no use for me to call above the roar, 'cause I'm just a fading speck on distant shore. And sometimes you're a wonder in the sky, where you fly like an eagle out of sight, while I squint and scan the clouds until the night. It hides all chance that I can trace your troubled flight. But I know I'm somewhere in your tethered heart, and I can wait until your dream world falls apart. Then I'll meet you halfway back from where you've gone, and I'll love you while you find your way back home. While you wander through the fog and through the fire, in heartless solitude or flames of wild desire, my beating heart, it echoes in your dreams, and you'll follow it till you are home again. Sometimes it's hard to be so left behind as you stumble through the chambers of your mind. But then you are there for me when it's my turn, and you welcome me back home with open arms. 'Cause we know we're in each other's tethered hearts, and we can wait until our dream worlds fall apart. Then we'll meet halfway back from where we've gone, and we'll love while we find our way back home. 'Cause we know we're in each other's tethered hearts, and we can wait until our dream worlds fall apart. Then we'll meet halfway back from where we've gone, and we love while we find our way back home. Yes, we'll meet halfway back from where we've gone, and we love while we find our way back home. Thank you very much. Thank you. While they're tuning for this next song, because they've got to do an alternate tuning to do this next one, because Bobby's going to play both the bass and percussion at the same time. So those of you who are here are going to get a real treat. Radio people, just imagine it. If you can. But anyway, while they're tuning, let me introduce the band. This is Dudley Bryan Smith. He's been here. He started this band in Pensacola right here in 1973, he and his brother. This is his brother Bob. And I joined in 1983, and then I married into it. I married Dudley. Bob has a twin. Well, where did he go? Bob has a twin named Joel who also performed with us for a very long time.
Who will take his place now magically?
Yeah, somebody needs to show up. But and the four of us played for a good while, and then other people have drifted in and out the band over the years. Another family member, we had a nephew that was with us for a good while. And so we've been together, well, roughly 50 years. If you know, they go. It started 50 years ago. I was not there. But
It's not food.
anyway, we are Smithfield Fair,
Sorry
and
about
we're glad to be here. Are you ready?
This is where Bob does this really strange dance. If you haven't gotten the idea so far from his performance so far you should have gleaned that he is so far.
It's a far better life that I give.
But he's my little brother, so my mother said I had to bring him along.
A song about the South, specifically in New Orleans.
Hearing the cool of an electric fan, hearing the traffic in 3/4 time, lonely old man cruise the noise and the heat, and suffer alone on the stock streets in another southern summer and another southern night. The stillness sits upon me, and I sweat with all my might. Sidewalks too warm when the sun goes down. Neon reflects all the death still air, ringing the sounds of a distant train, close enough to feel the rumble in another southern summer and another southern night. The stillness sits upon me, and I sweat with all my might. Hear the hot air, it's going nowhere fast. Simmers the senses, expect an angry flash, and sudden tempers clash. Hearing the cool of an electric fan, hearing the traffic in 3/4 time, lonely old men cruise the noise and the heat, and wander alone in the dark streets in another southern summer and another southern night. The stillness sits upon me, and I sweat with all my might. Another southern night. Another southern night. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. We'll be back.
Thanks, folks. All right, Smithfield Fair, they will be back. And you know what? This is the fun part of the show. This is the midpoint, which means we get to do this all over again. And you already know what you're going to be hearing in terms of talent, so you should be really revved up for the second half of this program. I'll tell you that right now. Support for this program, which is RadioLive, comes from Autumn Beck Blackledge, attorneys at Divorce and Family Law, offering resolutions to complex family issues. And accommodations for our RadioLive artists are provided by the Hilton Pensacola Beach and PensacolaBeach.com, an all-in-one website for all things Pensacola Beach. To review rates on hotels, book tours, and activities, and see upcoming events, visit PensacolaBeach.com. So you're all having a good time, I assume. Somehow I knew that. Of course, now joining us once again, Chris Moyse.
I'm a vandal in the night, the saints inside, drunk on holy wine. We were born clean, they just told us otherwise. Marionette dances where the hands let her go, but a master's a slave all the same. When we all live on days pulling strings, but I'm not your man. I'm not your man. Strike me down where I stand. I'm not your man. Velvet tongue temptress haunting my bed, just a ghost in a bathroom mirror. And if it's a lover you're looking for, you won't find it here. I'm not your man. I'm not your man. You can hold me in your hands. I'm not your man. I belong to the highway, and I belong to these strings, and I belong where a wild wind blows. I belong to the song that I sing. You won't take me alive. These knees will never kneel. It's better a belly of lead than bars of steel. And I'm not your man. I'm not your man. Strike me down where I stand. I'm not your man. Thank you. Show of hands, has anybody been here before? A lot of y'all? This is a cool room. I hope they have me back. What do I want to play? I wrote my set list on a coffee filter. It's a very high value production going on here. Yeah, I'll do that one. Okay. Sorry if you were expecting more. This is a song about taking a road trip from El Paso, Texas to Nashville, Tennessee in a 1987 El Camino. If you haven't done so, I suggest it. It's not the most reliable form of transportation, and you will break down, but you will look cool breaking down. Oh, I hate to do it, but I got a tune. Commercial break. That's not how it works, huh? Okay. We're good. It's Pueblo Dust. Take the back roads to the interstate. Find me outside of Denton, I'll tell you the place. I'm always chasing around a story. You were looking for a friend. It ain't a bad way to begin. Couple bottles of wine, sleep on the floor tonight. Pack up your El Camino, ride off with the morning light. We got 3 full tanks, 10 cups of coffee, 20-some records to go, till we make it home. And this Pueblo dust, dirt on the dash, Arkansas rain soaks the backs in the back. A Colorado cowgirl and a desperado she could trust, kicking up Pueblo dust. And I'm running from a heartache, you run back to your own. We're sharing a bench seat on 2 different roads. When we lose our minds somewhere near the state line, scream in the river where you curse about my speed. I'll have all I need. And this Pueblo dust, dirt on the dash, the Arkansas rain soaks the backs in the back. The Colorado cowgirl and a desperado she could trust, kicking up Pueblo dust. Every mile we drive, every exit sign leaves a little less road, a little more behind. I guess there's something about a woman driving a suicide machine, riding shotgun through God's country, that'll wipe the slate clean. When that old engine dies and all that's left are the stories between us, they'll be covered up in Pueblo dust. Oh, they're so sweet. Thank you. This is my pandemic song. No, it's happy, I swear. I ain't afraid of the high road. It's not a place I go often enough, is all I'm saying. My anger rides a thin red line. I swear to God, it'd be alright if everybody got lost today. I ain't playing. Like a beast beneath the moon, I'll be me again soon. Why are you so good to me? And how do you see right through me when the path is dark and I don't show you a way? And when I'm gone, how do you stay? We spent our time in solitude, changed our minds to make it through, but it hardened my heart and it tarnished my gleam. But you don't crack, you don't split. When I get back on my bullshit, it's a dirty world, girl, but I found something clean. Pretty chords and pretty words ain't gonna cut it, I'm pretty sure. But why are you so good to me? And how do you see right through me when the path is dark and I don't show you a way? When I'm gone, how do you stay? Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. I know, but I always get in my own way. So when I'm gone, how do you stay? I ain't afraid of the high road. It's not a place I go often enough, is all I'm saying. I know you're supposed to be like cool up here and composed, but this is really cool, man. Like, just feels good. I appreciate y'all being here, so thank you. I'm not gonna cry. I'll play a damn happy song. Here you go. Well, I work as a witch of the Ashland City Sticks, read tarot cards and crystals, and it beats laying brick. And it ain't a life for most folks, pay me just the same. All right. One man's tricks, another man's trade. My boyfriend's in recovery, his brain lives in the past. Remembers not to drink, forgets to wipe his ass. And as the years fly by, we get weeder every day. But one man's crazy, he's another man's sane. At the edge of America, we're outsiders looking in. We could use a little love at the edge of America. All right. We're all widow wives and double wives, and we don't work no 9 to 5s. We don't get our information from TV news. Yeah, we look out for each other. It's all about who you know. One man's friends, another man's foe. At the edge of America, we're just waiting on a wind, a little down on our luck. At the edge of America. Y'all still with me? All right. So sometimes we bend the rules, and sometimes we cheat and lie. There's another way to get it for free. Maybe we try. And you call me a menace. Oh, I tell you, you might be right. But one man's dark's another man's light. At the edge of America, with a red, white, and a blues, one eye down and one eye up. Watch your step or you fall right off the edge of America. Hey, thank y'all so much for listening. My name's Chris Morris. Until next time.
Thank you, Allison. Christmas, yeah. All right, Chris, thank you. All right. Y'all still having a good time? I think so. I think so. Just to remind you, if you're just tuning in, listening right now, that we do this the first Thursday of every month here in the Museum of Commerce in downtown Pensacola, historic village. And we'd love for you to join us. So if you can't join us here in person, you can listen online. You can listen on the air at 88.1. There are many, many ways to enjoy this program. And if you want to go back and watch some programs, perhaps you've come to some that have been in previous years and you just really love that program, if you can remember what month it is. We've got them all on our YouTube channel. Just go and search for WUWF Radio Live on YouTube, and you'll find all of those great programs. So we hope you'll do that. Joining us once again, Heather Pierson. Yes, and Sean Nadal. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're going to do some brand new songs, although if you're hearing us for the first time, these are all new songs, right? This is, think of this song as your homework assignment. When was the last time you slowed yourself down long enough to feel your feet on the ground? It takes a lifetime to learn and only one breath to forget. When was the last time you tried something new? Something that you think is not really you. It takes so long to discern. The stuff you don't do is what you most regret. So get out there and feel something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. Do you remember when you were a kid and so enamored with everything you did? And then your life took a turn, and in your grown-up ways you were set. Oh, if only you could go back somehow and tell yourself everything you know now. But there's no way to return. So tell that kid in you not to fret. And get out there and feel something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. The clock is running and so are you. These mindful moments and chances are few. So take them while you can, and I will too. I feel it too. Something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Thank you so much. Well, this next song is, if you don't make it to church on Sunday, or on any Sunday, I think this song counts. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me. Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. I'm so glad for the lessons that I learned. I'm so glad for the lessons that I learned. Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that I'm glad for the lessons that I learned. I'm so glad that I live to tell the tale. I'm so glad that I live to tell the tale. Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that I lived at last to tell the tale. that my joy came back to me.
Came back to me.
I'm so glad that my joy came back to me.
Came back to me.
Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. I'm so glad that my joy came back to me.
Came back to me.
I'm so glad that my joy came back to me.
Came back to me.
Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. Yes, I cried and I prayed until that blessed day that my joy at last came back to me. Yeah, I hope your joy came back. So this is brand new. I just wrote this song last week. You know, I started off the night tonight singing about how, you know, you can't let the world get you down, but sometimes the world gets us down. And the world got me way down, got us a lot down last week. And I sat in my front yard and wrote this song with the birds and the fruit trees. And I'd love it if y'all would sing along. We sing for these times. We cry for these times when our hearts break together for a world that we all share. We sing for these times. We cry for these times, and we hope for something better, for a world that could be as beautiful as we dare. Yes, we sing for these times. We sing for these times. We cry for these times when our hearts break together for a world that we all share. We sing for these times. We cry for these times. We hope, and we hope for something better, for a world that could be as beautiful as we dare. We sing for these times. We sing for these times. We cry for these times when our hearts break together for a world that we all share. We sing for these times. We cry for these times, and we hope for something better, for a world that could be as beautiful as we dare. Yes, we sing for these times. Oh, 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 we sing for these times. Yeah, thank you all so much.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Sean. Heather Pierson. All right. Wow. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff indeed. All right. And here comes the band. Join us back again. Continuing to celebrate their 50th anniversary. Glad we could celebrate it with them tonight. I also, I recognize several people in the audience of a musical nature who also were performing about the time that these guys were getting everything together, and it's kind of nice to see them coming out tonight to support their friends as well. Once again, Smithfield Fair.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Tom, thank you for absolutely exquisite sound.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to come here, but sometimes to be up here is just amazing.
And it's the beard that does it, I want to tell you. A nice looking beard.
Something happy. You and I are open to speculation. We are only a theory at this time. Walk the sea, as we get closer. Wait and see what's revealed as we unwind. Then we can dance. If you just take my hand. If you're open to chance, then we can dance. With the hope of the coming generation, the possibilities of a true romance. Time and time again we're second guessing. Wait and see what's revealed as we advance. And then we can dance. If you'll just take my hand. If you're open to chance, then we can dance. Shuffle our feet in nervous anticipation. Ooh. Shuffle some more in intense instigation. Ooh. Add a beat for physical negotiation. Ooh. Love can come with intense inspiration. Then we can dance. If you'll just take my hand. If you're open to chance, then we can dance. Then we can dance. If you'll just take my hand. If you're open to chance, then we can dance. Maybe we're no longer speculation.
It's a love song written for my wife. Well, that's really a lie. It was a love song written with my wife in mind and some other love things that are in there. So,
remember, we're from Louisiana, right? Ready? From Kentucky across the Mississippi line, back to Louisiana, gonna have a good time. Coming back home to Louisiana. big crawfish, bass by the dozen. Grab a turkey daddy and stick him in the oven. Fix a nice beef, bacon and ham. Hot buttered biscuits, sir, yes, ma'am. From Kentucky across the Mississippi line, back to Louisiana, gonna have a good time. Coming back home to Louisiana. Carmen gets a little sugar to me. Sure tastes better than the honey from the bee. Get a second help, gonna steal it for sure. Never get enough, she's my only cure. From Kentucky across the Mississippi line, back to Louisiana, gonna have a good time. Coming back home to Louisiana. Coming back home to Louisiana. Bob Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
To my beautiful wife, thank you.
This is a song called "A Longing" from an album back in 2009. I give you Jan Smith. We're always longing for the chance to gain a firmer grasp. We're always longing for the hand that pulls us into the dance.
Child, we are the troubled youth, we are the questioning ones who always seek the truth.
We're always longing for the chance to gain a firmer grasp. We're always longing for the hand that pulls us into the dance. We're longing for better. The longing pulls us on. The longing lasts forever until it takes you home.
We cannot change the past or make the old lies true, but we're doing all we can to keep the old good new.
We're always longing for the chance to gain a firmer grasp. We're always longing for the hand that pulls us into the dance. We're longing for better. The longing pulls us on. The longing lasts forever until it takes you home. For what we don't have, we're longing. We're longing for those in need. We're longing. We're longing. And as long as we're longing, we're longing for more. Hey, yeah. We are the melting sun. We are the crying dew. We are the open universe, praying for a clue. We're always longing for the chance to gain a firmer grasp.
We're always longing for the hand that pulls us into the dance. We're longing for better. The longing pulls us on. The longing lasts forever until it takes you home. The longing lasts forever until it takes you home. Thank you so much.
We're going to end where we started. This is our first single from 1977. Will be on the new album. In fact, it's the title track of the 50th anniversary album. It's called A Place in Your Heart.
You
Thanks
may
for
have
having us
even
here.
heard it on the jukebox.
At times I need a place to go, a place to call my own. Somewhere where the air is easy and darkness is unknown. That's when I'll find me a place in your heart, a place in the sun where the dark won't dim the light of your love. Learn the things that love has shown me and pray for one more day. Then I'll turn and smile at you. You're all the things I prayed. And that's when I'll find me a place in your heart, a place in the sun where the dark won't dim the light of your love. Your love. A sudden storm, I find a night spirit. I'll ride the wings of love itself. Can you hear it? Yeah. I need to find a way home to you. Something's come over me. There's nothing that I can do. That's when I find me a place in your heart, a place in the sun where the dark won't dim the light of your love. That's when I find me a place in your heart, a place in the sun where the dark won't dim the light of your love. Your love, love, won't dim the light of your love, love, oh, your love. Thank you all. Thank you for coming out.
Good
Thanks
night.
to Enid and Tom and Dale and Pat and all the crew. We love you all. Thanks.
Smithfield Fair. Another great evening comes to an end, unfortunately, but what a great evening we've had. Thanks so much for our artists we had this evening. Smithfield Fair, Chris Moyes, Heather Pierson, and Sean Nadeau. Thank you, folks, for that as well. Thank you all for coming out. Radio Live is a production of WUWF Public Media at the University of West Florida. Our technical director and broadcast mixmaster is Dale Regal. Our house sound is engineered by Tom Skinner. And master control this evening is being masterfully controlled by Bob Barrett. Our videographers are Teresa Clark and Hannah Ruse. Our video director is Quentin Williams. Our house manager is Trish Allison. Our live streamer this evening is none other than Jenny McKeon. And we have production assistance from Anthony Potts. Our stage manager, of course, is everybody's favorite Jewish mother, Enid Siskin. I also want to thank Chuck Dunlap for his work as a videographer tonight. This is Pat Crawford reminding you to keep your mind on your driving, your heart on the coast, and your dial on public radio. Good night, everyone. See you next month.